about with basically what the importance of pH is. And doing a soil test, you can have it done. I know King County has had some. You go to our website, they have offered free testing in the past, where you take a few samples in your yard, small ones, mix it into about 2 cups of soil, put it in a bag, and then drop it off. And one thing they will check is your pH. pH is critical. And you can see off this, here's a few that you can hand it around so you guys can see what low pH does to this is availability of nutrients. That's what these scales are. These little tight things show when it gets really small, availability is very low. So it doesn't matter at that point how much you're fertilizing if there's really no availability. And when I first came out to Trilogy, we had some pHs that were in the 4.5 zone throughout this property. And I was like, why is the lawn yellow? They had a national company that would come in and spray it with a liquid nitrogen in the spring to turn the yellow temporarily to green, and then it would slowly go right back to yellow. And all winter it would be yellow. Like, why do I have yellow turf with moss all over it? And I did the testing. I said, oh, now I can see. First of all, there's no availability even with the synthetic fertilizer. So we've got to get that pH up if we ever want to grow turf here. Now, that the soils were fine, really acidic for a national forest, for evergreens. They can survive in an acidic environment. Turf cannot. And I mean, in theory, places like that probably shouldn't have had turf put on them unless you're going to start to really change the pH of that soil right off the bat, because you've got to fix that. And high acidity is also, it's just great for moss. Moss loves wetness and it loves acidity. So if you have both of those together, you have the perfect environment. So when I was up there, we put down 250 tons of lime, and then slowly we got the pHs up to 5.5, and the grass was staying healthier and greener throughout all of winter because the availability kept going up, and that's a big part of it. So if you don't know, or you bought a new house and it doesn't look very good, I mean, it'd be a great starting point to just take some soil samples, take it down and have it checked. Then at least you know you're starting. They'll also tell you how much lime, which is a basic product that I told you that's been ground down to dust, how much of that will it take to raise your pH to an optimum level? Which you can see, once you get to 6, most of the bars start to become available. And you can see that's about the minimum for nitrogen to be fully available is 6.0. And for turf, that's our goal. We want to get it up to about 6.0. Then your phosphorus is getting more available. Really doesn't get fully available until 6.5. But it doesn't take a lot of phosphorus for a healthy plant, luckily, but it does take some. And you can see potassium. These are all key minerals that are in a healthy soil. But then you see iron. Look at the availability. The more acidic, the more it's available. There's a ton of iron. A lot of people will see a plant that's kind of yellow. Could be a hydrangea, could be a rhododendron or anything like that, and they'll think, well, we need lots of iron. And so we put iron. There's products out there that are just iron. But that's very unlikely that it's low in iron when it's abundant already. It's really likely that the soil is really bad and it's low in nitrogen. That's what it's struggling from. So the goal is, as I said, get that pH up. If your lawn is not reacting very well, I mean, you could put an application down without a test if you haven't done it for a long time. Maybe 20 pounds of lime per 1,000 square feet. It's not going to hurt anything. It'll likely only help. Though I wouldn't just keep putting it down every season because you probably won't need that much. So that's always a good thing to do. And in our program, it talks about that, when to put lime down. Lime is also broken down by microbes, so I like to space it out when you're putting down organic nutrients so you don't have overload of microbes. So you fertilize. Axis can go down anytime because it's not going to be broken down by anything. So it can go down with fertilizers. It can put down any month of the year. It really doesn't make any difference. It's only there to absorb and provide air and space and for nutrients and everything inside of the axis. So that definitely is a good thing to do.